There was a nice like Swedish family that had they were long-term renter. They were there for like weeks, and it was like dope. They got whenever you score like a month-long thing, it's like yes. The first week they were there, a homeless guy got in through the back and he started taking a bath. And then I wake up in the morning and they send me a photo. They're like, "Who is this?"
Has anybody been staying at Airbnbs as of late or anything like that?
I just came back from one.
Yeah?
I was there for 10 days.
Oh yeah.
I loved it. It was a good time.
What did you go for?
I was in Cleveland. My wife had a surgery in Cleveland. So your boy was living up.
He's partying it up.
He set it up like it's a vacation, and he was like, "I had a lovely time."
My wife was dying in the hospital. And I was partying it up at this Airbnb.
I got a great deal. Hold on, guys. There's more. I got a great deal.
I got a great deal on my wife.
Right.
On her surgery.
Right in downtown. Okay, come on, dude.
Oh, wow.
There's a sauna, a pool, a gym.
In the Airbnb?
Dude,
That's
you
legit.
can't beat that.
Wait, is it a luxury apartment or it's like one?
It's a luxury apartment in Cleveland.
Oh, it's an apartment.
It's an apartment.
I thought it was a mansion.
Is that legal?
Dude, it was like
They're not supposed to.
Yeah, I feel like that they're like doing the shady Airbnb.
Okay, checks out. I paid $70 for it a night.
$70.
That's
Okay.
insane.
I looked at the girl who has the listing. She has like 27 of those apartments, like all across Cleveland, and I was like, "Holy!" Like she's a mogul, so she's running
Across Cleveland or across the country?
across. I think I saw like 15 of them in Cleveland.
Maybe that state has different laws for it, because you can't do that here.
Yeah, you can't. You're not supposed to. I mean, some people still do.
Well, maybe
that.
There was plenty of space in Cleveland, though. You know what I mean? There's plenty of rooms open, I think.
Usually, with you, are you in one of those situations with the Airbnb now where you barely even talk to the host? It's only like the initial messaging and stuff like that. You never show. They never show up. They don't want to do anything.
Grace was the original host. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about Grace. She talked to us a little bit, but then she had two other people that we would talk to all the time. I don't know their names.
Were they hiding in the house somewhere?
Yeah, they were in the separate bedroom.
I used to live in Airbnbs.
You used to live in Airbnb.
Yeah, for like many years. Yeah.
This guy did too, huh?
Yeah, it was good times. Yeah.
Like a digital nomad?
Yeah, like every month. Basically, like my girlfriend at the time, who became my wife, like I don't know how she tolerated it. To me, it felt normal. You know, you just move every 2 weeks or every month. But then eventually, she's
That's
like,
not
"Hey, can we
normal.
get an apartment?" And I was like, "Does that mean we need to get furniture?" Like I got like the cheapest furniture you could get, but like, dude, you're like the dream client, man. Yeah.
You like lots
love
of turnover like that?
Dude, if I could, granted I have 2 kids now, but like, you know, if I could, I would live somewhere different every single night.
Me too!
Like that would be the dream. Yeah.
Like every city or just somewhere different?
Just somewhere, even in the same city. Like I just like change every single. Yeah.
I love hotels.
Even when I was in Cleveland, bro, people shit on Cleveland all the time. It's downtown. People can't. Every time I tell people I went to Cleveland, they're like, "I can't believe you went to fucking Cleveland."
What's the negative stuff about Cleveland? How do people shit on it?
They just say it just sucks. There's nothing to do.
Is that where Drew Carey show's from?
Yeah, it is.
Did you see Drew Carey?
No, I didn't see Drew Carey.
I mean, it's kind of true though.
Yeah, kind of. But like when you're, but I'll say this, like when you're just in a different.
Yeah, of course it does suck, guys. It's the worst place I've ever been to.
Grocery expensive, but gas is also $3. You know.
All of Ohio sucks ass.
So back to Airbnbs.
So you were running Airbnb too, like
What would you do, or how would you feel if like the person who was renting the Airbnb started breaking rules? Like if you specifically were like no partying.
I've seen it all, man. I've had like
do you do?
I've had old white people come to see the place, and then they're just they're a diversion for who's really renting it.
Whoa!
Like there'll be people gonna throw a party, like, and then they'll
they hired
they'll
them?
have people that look like a family come and be like, "Oh yeah, we just
How?
want to check the place out. Oh yeah, it looks good. Let's do it." And then that night, just 100 people show up. Yeah, and those guys aren't even there. You just gotta kick them out.
Can you rent a white family like on Fiverr or something?
I think you can.
to be your
Probably.
decoy? That would be
Yeah.
so sick.
How do you kick them out though? Like
You want to know the real thing?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's gonna sound bad, but like
I think it's.
He pulls out his gun.
if I'm not the corresponding race, I have to ask a guy who's the corresponding race to come kick them out.
That's a genius.
Yeah.
So if they're a white group, you bring a white homie. If you're a black group, you bring a black homie. Mexican, you gotta call up.
But all from the ghetto. He shows up like, yeah, you gotta.
A hard-nosed gentleman.
What can happen is if let's say that I kick out let's say it's like a black, mainly a black party, then it could be like a racial thing that they're like, oh, you won't let us like do this because we're black or something, or because we're white or whatever.
They can't pull the black card.
If they're Asian, then that's so easy. I just go like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
I'm gonna tell your mom.
Sorry.
Here's a tip.
Yeah, but otherwise you have to like handle it very sensitively, or else on the reviews it'll just reflect that it's like a racial thing.
Oh yeah, the reviews, bro.
Yeah, so there's this situation here in Mississippi. Bart, can you draw Mississippi real quick?
Oh, I saw that.
The first half was perfect.
This
saw the
Airbnb
river.
host, right, had somebody who came in as a guest, broke numerous rules, and they had a little bit of an argument on how it would go down. Small details were like, oh, I just was gonna bring a couple guests over to dinner. It's like, okay, just make sure that you put them on the guest list and whatever. It's like, oh, suddenly 4 guests turn into like 9 people or whatever. Next thing you know, there's a party, there's profanity, there's loud noises. They're like, well, we have a curfew, and there's all these different things going back and forth.
People just cursing the whole time.
Fuck.
When things get,
Like, oh my god, this is bad for Airbnb, dude.
and there's security cameras here, so it's not like this guy's getting out of it with a lie or anything like that. When things get bad, this guest ends up basically threatening the host with, like, I'm gonna fuck up your super host like rating and score.
That's a big deal, bro. You can't ruin the Super Bowl.
Always like that, yeah.
And then this host ends up sending the guest's wife pictures of him with another woman as a revenge.
Whoa! I never thought of that.
Now I'm on the host side because he's more gangster than the other motherfucker.
Yeah,
You can't be threatening and then your fucking closet's all dirty and shit.
But isn't that also a rat side, which you're against?
What do you mean? No, the host.
He's breaking guy code.
No, the host was like, yo, if you're gonna come at me, but you got dirt all over your shit, you fucked up, homie.
You cheat on your wife at my house?
The Airbnb upholds guy code though, so they don't allow it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is when you sign off on. You sign off on.
When
It's
you
in the
try, when you
contract. But then if the host is not a guy, then it's fucked. It don't
damn,
work.
that's a pretty good tactic.
I don't like sloppy threats. That's
But then that's the strange thing is you can only have cameras at the entries and exit points, so you'd have to
He wants
catch them.
efficient threats.
You'd have to catch them doing something as they walk in.
Yeah, I think it's just it's a photo of them walking in. And it's obviously the chick that's not his wife type stuff.
Dang.
So were they fucking in his Airbnb?
I mean, I think it was assumed.
I've definitely seen that. I've definitely seen like older men just have like a ton of girls come in, and it's like, ooh, well done.
Wait, one guy and a ton of girls?
Yeah.
That's an orgy.
Pretty much.
That's a reverse
He should have
gangbang.
wrote that it was an orgy when he reserved.
It's a reverse gangbang.
You didn't put that in your reason?
He's the victim, is what he's saying.
What was
Those
maybe-
girls force it.
You know how a lot of people will buy like an Airbnb as their vacation home? But that's like one of the hardest things for me because I know people be fucking and jizzing and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to go like, oh, I'll get the lake house. And then when I go there, I'm going to have fucking jizz all over my pillows and
Yeah.
stuff.
You know you could change the sheets and do laundry, right?
Nah.
You can have a separate bed.
Yeah, you just gotta get a cleaning service. That's all.
That's literally the cleaning fee. dude.
But you don't want to pay.
Even when I go to like a nice hotel, I'm like, I know they be fucking and jizzing in here.
Why do you have to say both things?
When I went to China once to visit my wife's side of the
fucking
family.
jizz.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, do you guys know like when you buy a condo there, it doesn't come with a toilet because they. Like you bring you
gotta bring your own.
because they think it's disgusting that you're gonna have a toilet that somebody else used in the past. So like the entire toilet is like
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, I mean, a hole in the ground with 2 steps is.
Kind of the same.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Bring your own toilet.
BYOT, dude. BYOT. You don't know that, dude?
Are we gonna start that new one? That new party where you?
So you just walk in with a fucking toilet bowl, like when you're moving in and shit?
You get like
It's like Elon with a fucking toilet bowl.
Damn, that's a pretty great tactic.
What was like some of the craziest situations that you ran into?
One of the craziest things was when sometimes they'll have a party and then the district police officer will come. I think I told you guys about this one. And there's a hillside where you can see directly into the master bedroom of the property because it's like a 4-story house. And then the master bedroom's like practically all glass. From the street you can't see anything. But the cop will go and up the hill to look in to be like, what's all the commotion? He didn't stop the party. He just came back the next morning to tell me about it because I know that guy. And he's like, hey man, I just want to let you know, last night it was just an orgy of girls, all
Lesbian
women, all
orgy?
women. It was like a lesbian party, and they were just all naked. And he was like, nice party. And he didn't stop it. And
he was just watching. He was just watching.
What would you do? I mean, you'd be like, damn, I got to do this research. Can't get to any of these parking tickets right now.
You have to get a lesbian friend to kick them all out, dude.
He's like, if it was gay, I would have stopped it.
Yeah, he probably would have. If it was anything else, he probably would have stopped it. Yeah.
I bet cops view the city way different than we do.
Yeah,
Like,
they
we're like,
definitely
oh,
do
look at that nice little elementary school. Like, that's a fuck center. You don't even know.
He says what everything.
But the worst thing that happened was that one where there was a nice like Swedish family that had they were long-term renter. They were there for like weeks, and it was like dope. They got whenever you score like a month-long thing, it's like yes. The first week they were there, a homeless guy got in through the back and he started taking a bath. And then I wake up in the morning, they send me a photo. They're like, who is this?
They just take a picture of a
They
guy.
took a photo of a naked dude in the bathroom, in the master bathroom. And they were like, who is this? Yeah, and then that was the story I told you guys where I had to, I called the owner. I'm like, there's a homeless guy here. And he's like, do not let him get away. Call the cops and chase him. And I was like, all right. So I called the cops. He's like walking down the hill. He's not running away from me. He's just walking away. And he's like obviously a crazy homeless guy. And then I was on the phone with the cops the whole time following it. I'm like, and they just kept telling me, stop chasing him. The cops are just like, it's illegal. Stop chasing him. You're endangering him. Like, oh, what?
I wonder what made him choose that one. Is it just luck? Like he's just going every door. Oh, this one opened.
Yeah.
Or is he like, I like that one.
It's like a thing. They just go house to house. Cause half the houses in Hollywood Hills have no one in them.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know that. It's like they're just empty. They're just shells.
Especially the really nice houses, it's always empty.
And there's neighbors that we have that have had break-ins and they're robbing the house while the owners are in there. They don't notice it.
Because it's so
It's
big.
so big, yeah.
Oh,
That's good to know.
that's fucking crazy.
That's good to know.
It's good to know.
Dude, it's squatter's paradise for sure, yeah. That was probably the worst thing that happened because, you know, how do you get a good review after something like that?
That's why I like living in apartments in poor neighborhoods because your neighbors are the best protections.
That's kind of true.
That's true. Community is the best. Yeah.
That's kind of very true.
If you have a cholo that wears shorts that goes down to his ankles, you know he's gonna help you out.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's watching your lawn and shit, you know.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's that one time that because I used to hide in that like little room at the bottom, and I would have guests there for weeks. They wouldn't even know I was there, and then this one time I had to leave, like I really had to go, but all of them were hanging outside, right outside my door. So I was like, how the fuck am I gonna get by these guys? They were outside on the grass. I needed to get out my sliding door to leave. And I'm like, they're gonna be like, there was a guy here for freaking 2 weeks. So then I go through the foyer where no one was in to get to the garage. This is my only other way out. I get to the garage, I put on all these fucking tools, and then I open the garage, and then they look at me and I go, all right, I'm done fixing stuff in here. You guys have a great day.
Oh shit.
And they were just like, oh, thanks, man.
All right, dude. Oh, yeah.
The owner was in the garage fixing.
Yeah, I was just like, oh.
They're like, did you see that Mexican guy?
It was like that way I wouldn't freak anybody out. And then I showed up to where I was going. They're like, why do you have all these hammers and shit?